I'm going to cover how to write Terraform modules with best practices. In this demo, I will create a module for S3 bucket. We will use two GitHub repositories, one for creating a module and another one for calling a module. Let's go ahead and start the demo. Let's create a repository for writing a module. New repository. Name the repository. Let me choose Java Home Tech as a owner. I want to include README file, create repository. We are going to keep all modules in the same repository. Because of that, we need to properly organize everything in a proper folder structure. But I'm limiting this video for creating only S3 modules, not remaining modules. Let's go ahead and see the folder structure for writing S3 module. Let me clone this into local and write everything inside Visual Studio Code. I'm on my desktop. Let's use git clone command. Clone it. cd into the repository ISC modules demo. Open this in a Visual Studio Code. Let's close welcome file. Create a folder. Let's call this S3. Inside S3, let me create one more folder. Modules. Inside modules, I want to create S3 bucket. The idea is simple. This S3 bucket module creates only S3 bucket, not additional configurations. Let's say I want to create a static website hosting. Inside S3/modules, I'm going to create one more folder called static website hosting. For the sake of demonstration, let me create one more folder inside modules, S3 static website. Okay, this is just for the sake of understanding the folder structure, because this structure becomes easy to maintain and manage. Inside S3 bucket, let's create two files, variables.tf, main.tf. This is a standard file names. Main.tf contains the main resources, variables.tf contains variable declarations, because module is mainly for reusability. Writing this module, anybody can use it, they can just call it, pass variables, inputs, and use this module. That's the idea. Inside main.tf, let's create a resource. Let's not go and type it. Instead, let's use Terraform documentation for writing S3 resource. So here, S3 bucket, Terraform. Open the first link, copy this, here, paste it. Let me call this main. I don't want to hardcode bucket name, right? If that's the case, we can't reuse it. I want to say var dot bucket name. I will define this variable in variables.tf, variable, name of the variable. Likewise, I want to have var dot tags, similarly a variable for tags. Default, I'm giving empty dictionary. We are done with writing a module which simply creates S3 bucket. Let's stage, commit and push. I'm opening the terminal. Let's do git status, git add star. Let me check status again. Git commit. Let's give a proper commit message. Git push origin main. Done. We are done with writing a module. The next step is calling this module. For that, we want to create a separate repository. In GitHub, new repository, choose the owner. I'm naming this ISE calling repo. Create repository. I want to clone this in local and open it in Visual Studio Code. Copy this. cd one directory backward. Use git clone. cd iac calling repo. See, nothing but your project where you want to use modules. Open it in a Visual Studio Code. Close welcome file. So here I want to say main.tf. Let's add provider details. Provider AWS region AP South 1. So here I want to call S3 module. See, in my project, this is the main project. I am not writing code again for creating a bucket. I'm going to just call a module which was written by us just before few seconds. To call a module, the syntax is module, name of the module. It is your choice. Then we need to specify the location of the module. In our case, the module is present in Git repository followed by the arguments to that module. Source, it is in Git, right? Git, the syntax is Git followed by colon. Provide the URL of the repository which contains modules. After repository URL, you must provide double slash. Remember, it is not single slash, double slash. S3 is the folder. Inside that, modules is the subfolder. After that, S3 bucket. We also should specify from which branch we need to check out this module. Question mark. Okay, single question mark, not double. Ref equals main. In real world, we don't directly point to main. We maintain versions with help of git tags. Let's do that. Go to the other repository. cd dot right. Let's create a tag, git tag v 0.0.1, git push origin v 0.0.1. This is the best practice. Reason being, while calling a module, we point to a specific version. After that, whatever changes happens, that will not impact our project. That's the main idea. Instead of main, v followed by 0.0.1, and we want to pass arguments to this, right? If you see the module code, it takes two arguments, bucket name and tags. In this case, right, bucket name is mandatory. I did not define a default value, meaning it is mandatory. Here I defined a default value, correct? So even if you don't pass, it will take empty object. Okay, but let me pass both the values in our example. So here, bucket name some random number to make sure the bucket name is available, followed by tags, okay, we are done with calling a module. Let me open terminal here itself. Let me do Terraform init. It's initializing with provider plugins, and also it is initializing the module. Let's try Terraform plan. It's creating a bucket by taking our name and tags. Let's go ahead and create a bucket. Terraform, apply, auto approve. The bucket is successfully created. I'm inside AWS console. Let's open S3, and there is a bucket. JHC, ISC, modules, that random number. I will continue this demo in next video. Thanks for watching.